Hello, hello, and welcome back for another round of shambolic slaughter and crushing criticals out among the twisting trails and fog-shrouded forests of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. And confidence is pretty high in the old hamlet at the moment, because on our last run, the dungeon threw its best shot at us, gave us everything it had, tossed a shambler into our path the very instant we snuffed out our torch down in a champion-level dungeon. And you know what? Our A-team took it like a bunch of champs. Square on the chin. They just lowered their heads and kept on coming like the inestimable Rocky Balboa. Although, admittedly, they didn't slur their speech like they were chewing a mouthful of caramels, and not once did any of them cry, "Adrian!" But, you know, other than that, it was pretty much exactly the same. So, we're feeling good. Unstoppable, even. Top of the list. King of the hill. A number 1. New York. New York. Now, you know, wait a minute, that segue really probably doesn't work. Rocky was set in Philadelphia, so we're probably not allowed to suddenly toss a Sinatra reference into the mix like that. I mean, ostensibly with Sinatra, we could have maybe gone for a bit of a stretch and made a Jersey Girl reference, but I'm not sure that going from Sinatra to Kevin Smith is also allowed. And also, Jersey Girl. So, you know, I don't know, maybe the success of our last run has disturbed our pop culture reference matrix? Probably because success is such a foreign concept to us, that could be what's throwing it off, but I'm sure the bugs will likely work themselves out. I mean, it's not like we've gone full-on Elizabeth Berkley or anything. Now, wait a minute, that's also not right. Reference matrix still a little buggy, it seems, but you know what? I'm in such a good mood, I can't be deterred. I really am quite chipper. Our team is doing fantastic, so let's head down to the embarkation point and find ourselves something to be about. I'm thinking our Lobby team might be in for a little bit of a boss bash here. Let's see what we've got mission-wise. Sonorous Prophet, what do you got? The Dark Tambourine, which is Jester only, and also, frankly, bad. It is not a good item. Why would you want to give a penalty to stress heal to a unit that has a stress heal? That's not useful. What are you? The Hero's Ring is also not particularly useful, actually. Okay. What about, oh, here we go, what are you? The Tough Ring. Now, the Tough Ring is exceedingly useful. That 15% protection and extra max HP is pretty damn huge. The Brigand 8-pounder is tough, but you know what? I actually think we've got a team that could take that bastard down. And you know what? I think Ron Weasley is a part of that team. We could do like Ron Weasley, Katniss Everdeen, Bruenor Battlehammer here, and then I think Florence Nightingale on heals. That could absolutely 100% work for us. I think we do it. Yeah, that's our move. That's what we're doing. But before we do that, we got plenty of gold, so let's make sure everybody's skills are fully upgraded. We want everyone to be as powerful as possible when we head in. All right, so Ron Weasley's looking good. Well, you know, I mean, he's Ron Weasley. He's looking as good as he gets for Ron Weasley. I mean, mop-haired ginger. Granted, you know, Ron got a bad rap, but still, you gotta admit, there was a reason Hermione was in love and infatuated with Harry Potter, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that Ron Weasley looks like something that crawled out from underneath a bridge. You know, like a troll. I'm making a troll reference there for Harry Potter, if it was unclear. Ron Weasley was trollish and hideous. Anyway. Everybody's fully geared. We can do blacksmith upgrades, can we not? We can. We should probably do that then. Let's give Ron the biggest stick we can possibly get him. Also the best armor we can get him, because at some point Harry Potter is definitely going to put his damn life in jeopardy. Or Ron Weasley, man, I'm telling you, that's fucking short into the stick. He got shit on all over. I hope, sincerely hope, that the Ginny Weasley thing really was a ploy from Ron, that it was all one big strategy so that just once Ron Weasley could triumph over the handsome, more clever, more predestined for success, and generally all around superior Harry Potter. But just one time, Ron won. Just the one time he walked away with Hermione going, I win. This time it's all for Ron. I really hope the Ginny Weasley thing was a ploy. I really do. Anyway, Katniss Everdeen's going to be going on this mission, as is Florence Nightingale. We'll be bringing along old Ron Weasley to maybe turn the tables on fate a bit and hand out a few beatdowns rather than just, you know, being a fucking comedic relief whipping boy for a change. So we'll get down into the Weald. We're going after the Brigand 8-pounder. This should be pretty interesting. Now, considering this is a low-rank medium mission and I have fucking truckloads of gold, I think what we're going to do is just back up the dump truck and way over provision for this one. So let's load them up. Keep carting it in, boys. We got, keep it coming. No, we got a hearty appetite. You, keep it coming. That's right. We're big boys. No, keep them coming. So we're going to go with 14 torches, way too much food at 28, 4 shovels, 1 of everything else. And that's got it. It's work time.
Simple folk are by their nature loquacious.
Loquacious? You could have just said chatty, sir.
Exception. It was not long before rumors of my morbid genius and secretive excavations began to fuel local legend. In the face of my increasingly egregious flaunting of public taboos, awe turned to ire.
So what he means is he started digging holes in the ground, running around the town naked, nude, and masturbating, and the villagers were like, what the hell's wrong with that guy? I mean, that's the kind of thing people talk about, Mr. Ancestor. I'm not really sure you can fault them or call them, you know, unneedlessly loquacious, given the fact that your behavior was strange in the extreme, and also a disturbance to the public peace, sir. When you violate the public order like that, you have to expect there to be repercussions. Speaking of repercussions, I'm going to assume that the Brigand 8-pounder is not there, but is instead here, since it's further away. So I'm going to move in this direction, see if maybe we can skip that. Assuming the treasure isn't fantastic, we could always circle back later. I have a strong feeling we're going to find what we're looking for in this direction, though. And since, like a U2 song, we want to make sure that we, you know, avoid still not having found what we're looking for, we're going to operate under that assumption. Oh, God, it's venom. Shit. Well, we've wasted our bandage. That's alright. Anti-venom protects against the poisonous sap and then allows for a thorough search. Because when you're probing a mysterious cavity, you always want to search it as quickly and efficiently as possible. Am I right, Ben? Yeah. Ladies? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. So this draw really sort of sucks. I mean, nobody's hurt, so we don't really need to concentrate on damage. Just try and get these Fusiliers chipped down so we don't have to eat 27 blanket fires. Yeah, there's a nice blanket fire for us. Also, it seems like a blanket fire would be like the worst possible thing to happen in a hospital nursery. What the hell happened in there? Oh my god, it's a blanket fire, look out. Anyway. Oh, your skills are out of order. That's fine. We'll retribution and see if we can crush this man. We cannot crush him. That's unfortunate. If his buddy blanket fires, though, he's going to get walloped. So 0 damage on the, you know, on the man-at-arms at least. Ouch. 7 damage to Katniss Everdeen. Look out, Katniss. You got to be dodging that kind of stuff, girl. We're going to have Katniss take down the Fusilier. Odds are we actually probably should have brought a shot at the other guy since we did 7 damage. Man! So some unlucky early criticals. Ron Weasley getting a little bit of payback, though. That one was for Harry Potter, you scummy son of a bitch. That guy kills himself with a blanket fire, and we have taken an enormous amount of damage very early with no chance to patch it up. We did get a Martyr's Seal, however, which, while I'm not going to wear it, is at least worth a good deal of cash. We can sell that for like 4 grand, so we'll keep it. We have an abundance of food. I think let's patch up with a little bit of food, and I'm immediately wishing I had that fucking bandage back. We could definitely use it. Also, it would have been nice to put in this stump. We're going to leave that alone. I don't want anybody getting clumsy or slow draw. Not before we go fight the Brigand 8-pounder. We're going to need every single advantage we can get against this beast. I simply can't have Katniss tied down. I mean, sure, she had 2 men who were in love with her and couldn't decide which one she was. Didn't know who should tie her down, or if anyone should, because damn, she's Katniss Everdeen and a powerful, independent woman. But still, we want to try and avoid such decisions for Katniss in the future. We're just going to try and keep life simple. By digging graves. You know, digging around in a shallow grave, I find, is easily the best way to keep your life situation pretty straightforward and simple. We're going to burn a torch. We want to keep our light level as high as possible, keep stress to a minimum before we go fight the 8-pounder. And it's my least favorite enemies in the entire game. I despise rabid gnashers. We really, really don't want our leper to get rabies, because if he gets rabies, the accuracy penalty is going to be a serious problem for us. So we should definitely try and avoid that. We're going for the group heal here. 12 aggregate healing, which is good, but probably, honestly, not enough. Retribution on this Gnasher, which was dodged. That sucks. He is going to go for it. Alright, so, you know what? It actually would not be terrible if Bruenor Battlehammer wound up with rabies. The accuracy penalty is not really a problem for the riposte attacks. They just hit. Ron? That's why Hermione did not want to go to the prom with you, Ron Weasley. That's exactly why. We're going to suppress here to try and give the Rabid Gnashers a nice accuracy penalty. We connect with every one. That's minus 12 accuracy. And penalties for their critical chances as well, which is good. I want to keep criticals at a minimum. 12 damage. 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 Ron Weasley clearly not impressed by my crack about the fact that Hermione didn't necessarily want to go to the prom with him. He's clearly... I've raised his ire. We've got him angry. More rabid rushing. Man, we got to get some speed on Florence Nightingale here. She only healed one time that fight, and one heal is not really what we need out of you, Flodo. We need more than that. Let's get rid of this citrine. I would rather have gold that could stack. We'll probably take a look at this heirloom chest, use the skeleton key. We don't really give a shit about heirlooms, so I mean, we can just straight up throw those on the ground at this point. We're only really keeping crests, so we'll just make that happen. Hang on to the crest. We got a little scouting here. Are we gonna get a peek up in this room? Oh, we're gonna take a peek, just like Ron Weasley looking into the, you know, ladies' changing room through a hole in the wall. Come on, you all know Ron Weasley was totally doing that shit off camera. It's not like he was a mad hit with the ladies. Ron had to take a peek wherever he could get. Who do you think drilled the hole in that wall to begin with? I mean, Snape told him it was there. You guys know Snape was also peeping in the girl's shower, because, I mean, that guy was kind of a scumbag. Anyway, again, this might be something we could theoretically backtrack for, but I'm more concerned about taking out the 8-pounder as quick as possible with a minimum of fuss and bother. I want our resources to be as high as possible when we engage it. So, what is this, like a treasure trail of breadcrumbs here? Are we getting Hanseled and Greteled on our way to the boss? They're like, oh, look over here, there's a pack. Keep coming this way. And then, bam, nothing, except a fucking witch who's trying to shove us in an oven. We're going for the group heal because we're going to eat a whole bunch of blanket fires, I have a feeling, so we probably should try and keep everybody patched up as much as possible. Reasonable damage output from the Wheeze. Ron, the Weasley. Suppressive fire, absolutely. We want the accuracy penalty if we can get it. Beautiful. Katniss Everdeen has not been letting us down with that accuracy debuff. And Bruenor striking a thunderous hammer blow for justice right there. For great justice, that guy, we have taken off every zig. He is done dealing. A solid dodge and kill as well. Man, Bruenor, a wily foe. Look at this. He's putting on a display. Untouchable. Fantastic. That's the accuracy debuff right there at work, folks. That is it in action. Let's go with the big heal on Bruenor, actually. Not as much as we necessarily might have liked. We're actually going to go for a heal here. We could straight up get the kill, but I'm trusting Ron Weasley to get the job done for us. And barring Ron Weasley, I know Bruenor's got his back, so we should be alright here. Little slice and dice. Well, we undid all the healing we gained, but, yeah, that's the way it's going to go. 2 steps forward, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Occasionally we come together because I'm told opposites attract. Don't know, is that necessarily held true for Paula Abdul and Emilio Estevez? Maybe they were too much of a birds of a feather kind of thing, and that's why it didn't work out. Or it could be because Paula Abdul's kind of a hideous person. Or possibly Emilio Estevez is secretly a scumbag. Who knows? Who knows where the blame lies for that relationship? I mean, it could go either way. Deeds I don't care about. We'll just leave those on the floor. And now we come to what is, for this team, a pretty serious problem. We don't really have anybody who can handle traps. I think Katniss might be our... Nope. We have 20% is our best trap unit, so... Sorry, Ron. You gotta test out the mysterious potion that Hermione just brewed and isn't quite sure what's gonna happen. It turns out it sucked all the way down because, well, you're you, and that's pretty much exactly what fate has decreed you will receive. So enjoy being Ron Weasley. I really kind of feel bad for Ron Weasley. Also, I'm picking on the guy. I mean, that's how big of a tool Ron Weasley is. I want to like the guy, and even I can't help picking on him. The man was made to attract shit. Nice healing there. Good, solid critical. We kind of needed it to help buff up our team a bit. The suppression should prove very useful, assuming we get the debuff, which we did. Gonna take some spit. Unfortunate connect, but Katniss managed to resist the damage, which is solid. Didn't get to kill with Bruenor. I was hoping for a little more damage out of that, but we'll take what we can get. Ron Weasley's going to hew for us. Double kill for the Wheeze. A little bit of bite. A dodge and kill. Man, the man-at-arms is holding it down, folks. He really is getting it done for us. You know what? Actually, on this, I'm going to withstand. I want an opportunity to get a heal off here. If we can, hopefully a Katniss Everdeen infused heal. Perfect. A critical heal from Katniss, and now we can drop the big heal on Bruenor. I don't expect Bruenor to win this speed roll, but he's already... he actually did. I mean, it didn't matter, because the spider dodged, but that's okay. Bruenor should be fine here. Taking 4 damage on a bite, getting 8 back out of damage, so we probably gained more from healing then. That was definitely a positive trade for us. Let's check out the old tent. Traveler's tents. Occupant is revealed. What? Was there a naked man in there or something? Why are we afraid? Also, Katniss is a player. She's not afraid of a naked dude. Oh, Katniss is down for that. She'll throw down. Yeah, we definitely want to camp. I was going to say I'm considering camping, but I'm actually not considering camping. We're just absolutely going to camp. We're going for the feast. That's going to patch us up. Pretty much everyone in full 100% health. Now we just need to focus on stress reduction, so let's do what we can. Heal 40%, increase stress by 20. That is terrible. Quarantine. Suffer 20% HP damage and reduce everyone's else stress. Interesting. We do need some buffs. Weapons practice. It's got to go on our... Yep, we got to get it on there. Instruction also. That's definitely with the accuracy bonus on that. Got to go on our leper. We need him hitting and we need him critically when he does hit. What else have we got here? We could do a bless. You know what? Yeah. Ron Weasley's taking a blessing as well. That's plus 20 accuracy. Ron Weasley is going to be dealing some fucking damage for us. It's time for Ron Weasley to get his. 3-string crossbow? Yes, please. So we got almost no stress reduction out of our time here. Basically, we got no stress reduction, period. But we have a fantastic assortment of buffs that should really hold us in pretty damn good stead. And also, the Brigand 8-pounder doesn't exactly pump out huge stress attacks, so stress is less of a concern against the Brigand 8-pounder. Really, it only gets generated by criticals. Like the Inchoate Flesh and the Sonorous Prophet both have some small manner of stress attacks at least. But for this instance, the stress is not really our issue. Got ambushed. That's unfortunate, because we also got surprised, which straight up sucks. Our cleric getting sliced and diced. Ron Weasley standing strong. You know what? We could... Yeah, we should definitely just move back. Gonna go for the Hue. Ron Weasley with some very strong damage from the get-go here. There's a case to be made, actually, for guarding in this instance, or bolstering also would actually be useful, but I just want to get us back in order. We're gonna take some trivial damage from that blanket fire. You know, Katniss would be better off to just go for a kill here. Make sure that guy never gets a chance to swing. That's one less opportunity for the enemy to critical us. Another blanket fire. We've taken about as much damage as we have a chance to heal. I'm actually going to go for the heal with Katniss here so that we can buff our group heal. I'm pretty confident Ron Weasley and the combination of Ron and Bruenor is going to get these guys taken care of. Pretty sure Ron's going to chop them in half. Uppercut slice taking 2 damage, and that just means Ron can go for the straight up hit after we go for a little bit of Divine Comfort here. Exactly what we needed. Beautifully done. Well-organized team. You guys are really coming together as a party. I gotta say, I'm pleased and impressed with what y'all are bringing to the table. You guys really are getting it done. You're holding it down. We kind of want to keep this food. We might need it for our final battle. Now, again, if we can backtrack, we will, because I wouldn't mind picking up a little more treasure, especially this treasure room. But if the odds are looking bad, or we don't have enough food to theoretically withstand a hunger prompt, we can always just pull out. Once we've killed the 8-pounder, it's mission over, so we can, you know, abandon ship like a fucking drowning rat at that point when things look grim. We have no loyalty to this dungeon. We don't have to stick around. We don't have to, you know, hang out in a loveless marriage. If this dungeon won't treat us the way we deserve to be treated, we'll file for divorce and just straight up split. Starting off with a blanket fire, that's unfortunate. Now, of course, with the Brigand 8-pounder, the important part of this mission is you got to kill the matchman. The matchman has to die 10 out of 10 times. You can't afford to leave him alive. So we're going to go for a little bit of judgment just to warm things up. Katniss Everdeen should be able to finish him off, no problem. Alternatively, you know what? Let's not take a chance. Let's just have Bruenor straight up club him in the head. So he's done dealing. That will give us a nice little benefit. We can actually now have Katniss mark the 8-pounder. That's going to soften it up. That makes Ron Weasley hit harder. It makes Bruenor hit harder. And if Katniss theoretically gets to shoot at it next turn, she could do some real punishing damage here. We're going for the revenge. I'm going to buff up the wheeze. We got to buff the wheeze. You got to buff the wheeze. I mean, also that should be a slogan for, like an asthma medication. Buff the wheeze, man. Buff the wheeze. That critical is real shitty because of the stress. Do we have Katniss go for the... Yeah, we got it. We can't take a risk on not getting the matchman because it's possible that some of our other guys could miss. There could be some other unfortunate circumstance. We can't afford to get hit by the Brigand 8-pounder. It hits the entire party for like 20 damage. It's not something we'd be able to withstand routinely, so we're not even going to take a risk. Now we're just going to start doing some damage to the 8-pounder. It's... you know what? I'm going to kill the Fusilier. We do need to start working over the 8-pounder as, you know, when we get a chance here. Ron Weasley... Making a sturdy start on that shit. The Brigand 8-pounder is hugely resistant to damage, by the way. So all we're going to get back is our little marksman friend and a Fusilier who was in front, and thus not really a problem. Katniss, continue sniping. Our little Deadeye Katniss Everdeen is keeping that matchman in a real terrible spot, specifically in a grave. She's keeping him dead. He's in the ground 100% of the time. Meanwhile, Ron Weasley is just going to be fucking annihilating bitches up here, because Ron Weasley knows how to slay that ass. Just ask Hermione, he knows, I'm telling you. It may not look like much, but when it counts, once you give Ron Weasley a chance, once you go Ron, you never go back. You give Ron Weasley an opening, and he will show you what it is to be loved and loved right. Meanwhile, Katniss Everdeen continues to pump round after round into our little matchman friend. Ron with a unusual non-critical there. Are you still revenged, Ron? You are not. So we're going to have to fix that then. Let's just go for the heal. We want to make sure everybody's as topped off as possible. If we can come out of this with full health, there's more dungeon to be had if we want it. So reinforcements again for the 8-pounder. Got himself a new matchman. And also it looks like a Fusilier. We're going to take care of probably both of those guys. Didn't quite get the Fusilier. Let's go for the matchman, just in case Katniss misses. Ooh, fantastic. This guy is marked and Katniss should be up. Katniss could possibly do some fantastic critical damage here. Ron Weasley not having any of that Fusilier's bullshit. Katniss Everdeen! We were kind of hoping for a critical there. With her sniper's ability and that enemy marked, it should have taken catastrophic damage, but... yeah, let's go for the group heal still. That was a ton of healing. Almost 20 aggregate healing from Florence Nightingale. So there's the matchman back. And he got a nice cutthroat buddy. We're going to take a blanket fire, which is going to result in that man being dead because Bruenor is still riposting. Florence Nightingale taking a pushback, which is a little unfortunate for us. It's not really a problem right now, but that means we can't heal her with Katniss since Katniss is in front now. Ron Weasley keeping up the solid damage output for us. We got to go for the matchman. It's all on Katniss here. We kind of got to get to hit with little Katniss Everdeen. Katniss will not be denied. It delivers the shot. And I think, actually, well, since Florence Nightingale sort of needs healed more than anybody else, let's go for the kill, and this will heal her as well. So we can do double duty with that one. The Brigand 8-pounder down to only 18 health. Gonna catch himself some more reinforcements. Looks like he just got a matchman this time. So, of course, that guy's immediately getting his skull crushed by Bruenor Battlehammer. With his patented Bruenor's brand Battlehammer. They're trademarked to Forgotten Realms, by the way. You know, but if you're trusting the Battlehammer, trust only Bruenor's Battlehammers. This message brought to you by Bruenor's Battlehammers, reminding you, if you have to crush a skull, use it with Bruenor's Battlehammer. We really got to get Katniss. We should have repositioned Katniss that turn. Repositioning would have been a smart move there. If for some reason the matchman winds up in the front rank, Katniss actually would not be able to shoot the matchman. So, yeah, keeping her... we should... if we can move Katniss back this turn, we're going to. Ron Weasley just dropping fucking bombs left and right. He is getting it done. Little Katniss Everdeen keeping the man down the way the proctors of District 13 kept down Katniss's home slices. Fighting a good fight, Katniss Everdeen. She won't be denied. More reinforcements. At this point, I'm beginning to wonder how many reinforcements this Brigand 8-pounder could possibly have, because I think we may have killed every Brigand in the forest by now. This Brigand 8-pounder, man, I'm telling you, this guy's insurance premiums have just got to be through the roof. He's got workers' compensation claims coming left and right. I mean, you know these guys are filing complaints. It's unsafe working conditions. They've got a lot of injuries on the job site. We have kind of a record of abuse, frankly. They've got a strong case. You should, you know, Brigand 8-pounder, maybe reconsider some of your human resources policies. I think litigation is probably impending for you, and deservedly so. Ron Weasley, I'm telling you, with the man-at-arms buffs, how much health do you have? 3? We could possibly kill it, but I'm taking no chances. We're playing this one safe. But with the buffs that Ron Weasley can get, the leper with just a little bit of buffing really is fucking amazing, especially if you can keep his retribution buff going. He does huge damage, massive criticals. We don't need healed. Let's try and kill this thing. We got 1 damage out of float. Not really what we were hoping for, but honestly what we probably should have expected from little Florence Nightingale. More reinforcements. I think Ron Weasley may be able to kill these guys with a Hue if he gets a chance. Brigand Matchman taking 6 right in the shoulder there. That's going to leave a mark. That's not a hero wound. Bruenor Again, Bruenor's Battle Hammer is reminding you. Crush your skull, use a Bruenor's Battle Hammer. And Ron Weasley, closing shit out. Ron Weasley.
As victories mount,
Thunderous beatdowns from the Wheeze. Alright, so what all can we take? All of the rest of this shit I'm actually pretty comfortable throwing on the floor. We don't really need any of this crap. We could also equip this trinket. It is a bad trinket, but we could equip it. What are you wearing? Yeah, you have actual gear. Yeah, you know what? Let's just equip this to get it out of our inventory. It is kind of a cheap way to get a little extra carry space. We'll take the citrine, because why not? Mission over, but that's not going to be it for us. We've done so well. I really feel we should probably adventure on, try and get a little more Resolve EXP for these guys. I consider it to be the right move. Stress is good. Look, we've got 13 is our total highest stress. I think we're in fine shape. We still have plenty of torches, plenty of food. We can get through 2 food prompts, so we should, at the minimum, check out this treasure room back here. Beyond that, there may be a case for not exploring any further. It'll depend a lot on mostly what our torches look like and how much just random stress we're picking up while walking around. As you can see, Katniss, thank you for demonstrating my my intent there, Katniss. I appreciate it. It's always good to have a visual aid. Really helps strengthen any presentation. Katniss Everdeen, of course, knows all about image and persona. That's her whole bit. I mean, really, it's arguably Katniss's one marketable skill, other than being a top-quality archer, which I suppose is less of a marketable skill in the distant or not-so-distant future. I'm not sure how big a need there is for hunting outside of District 13. Trap to the face, Ron Weasley. Get shit on. Holy crap, Ron Weasley coming up with a rare stroke of luck there, avoiding getting shit on by his betters. We're definitely going to use the medicinal herbs here. This gives us even more food. The question is, do we actually even need food at this point? You know, it wouldn't. I guess it won't hurt. So let's do that. And we can check out this pack. The pack contains loot. Let's hope it's the cash variety of loot. And more food. So we have 20 food. We could, assuming our torchlight holds out, we could full circle back on this one. It may be in the cards. Let's see what this fight, let's see how this fight goes, really. This is probably going to be the determining factor for us. We got a couple people who are a little injured. Let's go ahead and get the heal, top everybody off. Damn, we need to reorder Katniss. You're out of position. You're out of position. You're out of line, Katniss Everdeen. You are way out of line. Also, go ahead and suppress if you would. Beautiful. Katniss Everdeen at her most effective, clearly, when she's out of line. A good Katniss is a rebellious Katniss. Ron Weasley with 21 aggregate damage. That is fucking solid work. Bruenor Battle Hammer picking up the kill off a groping swipe. This Escape Cloud probably also going to get Bruenor a kill. Thunderous critical from Bruenor. Holding it down. Bruenor taking a rather significant critical in return. So, I guess payback's a bitch, huh, Bruenor? That's okay, though, because what we're going to have you do is eat a bunch of food. All the food you can eat, really. We gotta get rid of something. Well, a citrine is not as useful as 650 gold, so that's an easy decision. Do we still have a key? We used our key. Who has the least stress? Katniss Everdeen, let's see if you remain lucky. You do. It's nothing we want, though. Oh, actually, we should have thrown that portrait on the floor instead of the citrine. Would have been the right choice. That's okay, though. We're gonna press our luck. It's 80s game show time here. No whammies, big money, and stop. On a whammy. Meh, meh, meh. Show was pretty interesting. There was actually a guy who figured out how to rig that show so that he could always get extra spins. He wound like $200,000 in a single episode, and they kind of canceled the show because of it. True story. Remembering to put Katniss Everdeen back in the right spot. Of course, again, Katniss most effective when she's fully out of line, but sometimes you gotta behave, Katniss. Sometimes you gotta listen to Woody Harrelson. Sometimes you gotta pay attention to his advice. I mean, he was also a Hunger Games survivor. Little food prompt, not a problem. We got plenty of food. Plenty to go around. We got all of the eats. Mario Batali, of course, preparing our pre-dungeon snacks for us. Loaded with carbohydrates and the simple sugars we need in order to get high performance. And in addition to our high performance, just fantastically tasty as well. Yeah, we're still gonna pass on the eerie spiderweb. We're out of bandages. Look at that tree, though. Man, we probed the depths of that tree good. Oh, yeah, we gave it to what floor? We gave it to the tree hard, we gave it to the tree deep, and when we were done, that tree knew it had been well loved. Also, it's probably the only action Ron Weasley's likely to get this semester is, you know, with the tree. And not one of those cool, like, nymph, naiad, magical trees either. I'm just talking about a garden old, larded up knothole to hump away at. That's the Ron Weasley lot in life. Also, yeah, nothing wrong with little masturbation tendency. Ron was of an age where frequent masturbation is to be expected. You do what you gotta do, Ron Weasley. If you need to go rub one out in a knothole larded up tree, I say you do it, Ron, and don't you be ashamed of that. It's perfectly natural to hump a tree out in the woods where no one's watching, because Hermione still loves your best friend better than she loves you. Perfectly natural, Ron. Perfectly natural. Katniss Everdeen, still on fire from her earlier encounter. She should really consider stop, dropping, and rolling at this point. I think her propensity to burn, she should really just invest in some asbestos clothing. I mean, the girl on fire, if that's your nickname, maybe consider taking some preventative steps, a little prophylaxis if you would, Katniss. I'm not even going to pick those up, just lest I forget to drop them at a later opportunity. So we'll just leave those on the ground. We have no need for busts. At this point, the only thing we have use for at all is crests. Some spiders. We're getting a lot of battles here. We should be getting strong amounts of Resolve EXP out of this dungeon. Florence Nightingale going to patch herself up with the big heal. Looking good. Katniss Everdeen. I think we got to go with the suppression here from Katniss. Unbelievable. Katniss Everdeen with the most devastating volley in the history of the dungeon games. Bruenor Battlehammer, though, not to be outdone, crushing a little bit of Spider Skull with one of his patented Bruenor's Battlehammers. Bruenor Battlehammer, reminding you, shop Bruenor's Battlehammers. Bruenor's Battlehammers, 40% off this week with Monster Skull. Yeah, let's get rid of the portrait. We'll take the gold. That's fine. We're still doing really well here. Ancient Coffin. Is this a shovel item? No. Is it a holy... You know what? This isn't... nothing works on these things. Let's just look at it. Bruenor Battlehammer picking up a positive quirk. He's now a wheeled adventurer. Clearly, Bruenor leveling up there. That's what'll happen if you come from a D&D environment. Periodically, you just level up at random for no particular reason. Group heal, probably the right move here. We've got these guys surprised. I have to assume Ron Weasley's going to kill 2 of them. At a minimum, he's going to kill 2. Well, this is probably... Wow, Bruenor coming up short. So clearly, Bruenor's brand Battlehammer's less than totally effective against insectoid foes. So when fighting insects, remember, Bruenor's Battlehammers are not certified for insectoid apocalypse. His shield still works, though. Good riposte. A little bit of grave nibble. That potentially is 5 stress. It is 5 stress. 5 stress, actually, I think maybe all we have at this point. Florence Nightingale has 8 stress, and that's all of our stress in total. I think we are going to come out of this mission, actually, with less stress than we had coming in. This is a fucking... just a... It's a command performance here. This is some virtuoso dungeoning right here. This is beautiful. Our team is really, really turning it on. The Chariots of Fire music should be playing in the background right now. We'll check out a beast carcass. Really? The shit you've seen in this dungeon, sir, and the sight of a beast carcass makes you zoophobic? Great. Now we have to send you into the fucking sanitarium to get rid of that shit. Also, you're going to do way less damage against these dogs, which I absolutely hate. Well, I hate the dogs, and also I hate the fact that you're going to do less damage to the dogs. So just let me be clear about the hatred thing. Group heal from Florence Nightingale, Katniss Everdeen. Suppression, theoretically the right move. Killing one of those dogs before they get a chance to go outright, also probably a good move, especially since we do have big-time Ron Weasley here to back us up. Good old Ron. All but done. This Rabid Gnasher probably still going to get a turn. Yep, he is. Rabid Rush. Katniss Everdeen bitten. Avoiding the rabies, however. Katniss, again, her knowledge of poultices and other naturally found healing items holding her in good stead. Rabid Gnasher getting blown to fucking smithereens from a Florence Nightingale shot there. That was a lot of damage. Or a judgment. Clearly, that Rabid Gnasher had some troubles on his mind. I mean, that guy's been up to no good. He's a troubled soul. We got surprised, and Katniss Everdeen has moved to the front rank, which is literally the worst possible spot for Katniss Everdeen. We're going to go for the group heal, because it's all we got. Katniss has got to fall back. I think we bolster here, actually. We need to increase our speed, because we're going to be having to do a lot of reshuffling, and the bolster will go a long way to help us get back before the enemies get chances to double roundhouses. Avoid the double roundhouse kick. I mean, if Street Fighter has taught you nothing else, it should be that you should, know to avoid the double roundhouse. Ron Weasley standing strong. Why? Because Ron Weasley has more experience taking the shit from other people than anyone else in the history of mankind. Ron Weasley knows what it is to take shit. Good dodge from Katniss Everdeen as well. We gotta swap back here. And honestly, I think we should probably have Katniss move back as well, just so that it puts Bruenor in a little better position. Let's take the kill on the Brawler. Didn't quite get it. Damn, Bruenor, come on, buddy. Florence Nightingale taking one for the old gods. Taking two for the old gods. Clearly the old gods got it out for Florence Nightingale. They are not a fan of her tender ministrations. Please pull Bruenor forward. Come on, come on, somebody pull him. Pull him. He has a penalty to his movement resist. Oh, he has a bonus to move resist. Never mind. We got you wearing our garbage water trinket, and it turns out it kind of screwed us in that particular instance. Ron with an unusual miss. So this fight is not going well. Thanks, Bruenor, because there's no fucking kill like overkill, am I right, buddy? Go ahead and critical for 19 damage on the guy that has 1 goddamn health left. Perfectly done. I'm not going to complain about the riposte there, though. That actually was well done. And there's Ron Weasley to mop up the slop, because cleaning up shit is all of Ron Weasley's entire life. Those go on the floor. Let's check out this coffin. Coffin contains hidden treasures. Ron Weasley has found the Philosopher's Stone, or the Sorcerer's Stone, or the Order of the Phoenix, or fucking, I don't know, some other ridiculous Mandrake-oriented treasure. Let's find some things to kill, okay? Somebody, want to look in this box. There are valuables inside this box, specifically a portrait that we don't want because we probably have 20 copies of it hanging in the manor, so let's throw it on the floor. Hey, I found an old painting. Yeah, just leave it. It's soda cracker art. We don't need it. We're going to eat some of this food. We're going to fill Flowtown up. We still have 8. If we get a hunger prompt between here and the last room, we've still got the food situation sorted. Bruenor wandered into the dungeon, and that's it, folks. A full sweep of the Brigand 8-pounder and its lair completed. Katniss, Ron Weasley, Florence Nightingale, and Bruenor. An unbelievably virtuoso performance. It really was remarkably done. Well executed, everyone. Fantastic job. I would standing ovation for you if I could. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position where standing up and applauding is really particularly feasible, because I'm sitting down playing a video game. This tough ring is so good. So good. We will probably very likely put that on Bruenor, perhaps. Ton of gold. 20,000 and change. Almost 21k. That's a remarkable haul for a low-level dungeon. This is a level 1 dungeon. We pulled 21 grand out of it. Bruenor is a stress eater, and Katniss Everdeen is now a wheeled adventurer. No negative quirks out of that either. We got a ton of Resolve EXP also.
The poor caretaker.
So Dr. Strange is no longer a ruins foe. Randolph Carter has shed his anemia, and unfortunately, Halfcock Jack has been forced to undergo his rabies treatment. Those are some painful, painful shots. I'm glad to see that Halfcock Jack has emerged still healthy. So what do we got? Brigand 8-pounder should be off the list, is it not? Bam. So that leaves us Inchoate Flesh and Sonorous Prophet with our team Lobi. And based on what they did on that last mission, I got a lot of confidence in these guys. They are looking strong. Garrett Jax probably needs a little stress relief. Let's take Garrett in and do that, actually. What will you do, Garrett? Anything that you won't do? You're anemic. You will only drink. Well, good news for you, buddy. We've got a really well-stocked bar. So the fact that you will only drink is not really a problem. Get to it, my friend. Get to it. It's fucking happy hour here at the Perfidious Manor Estate. Enjoy that shit. I think we'll probably be doing another low-rank mission on our next one, so let's send... I mean, look at this. We got no stress. Florence Nightingale has a teeny tiny little bit. Probably not even enough that it warrants really repairing. So I think what we do... Let's get our A-team fully fit and fiddle. You're a known cheat, a Plutomania, that's fine. We're going to go in and get you down to 0 stress, Madeline Usher. You can go pray to a higher power. Let's look at quirk removal if anybody needs any. Dark Temptation, none of those are particularly bad. Candy Jade, Love Interest, and Ruminator, neither one really a problem. God-Fearing and Dacnomania, again, also not really a problem. Halfcock Jack, you are okay. This compels him to engage in confessionals, which I don't necessarily like. It's totally not a game. I mean, it's not a game ender. It's not a game breaker. Torn Rotator Cuff, Zoophobia sucks. That shit's gotta go, Lucy. Puppies are your friends, except for all of the dogs around here because they all have rabies. But ordinarily, you know, puppies are your friends. Also, if you're afraid of the God Lion, it doesn't really speak much for your future as a potential prophet of the God Lion. Witness and Anemic. Anemic is theoretically worth getting rid of, I guess. Shocker and Nervous are both shitty. Let's send Deckard in for a little treatment of his nervous disorder. Get that taken care of. Just some nice calming Valium. I'm sure a simple prescription will take care of Rick's problems. Brienne of Tarth has a slew of terrible, terrible tragedies. So range, skill, accuracy, not really important. Faithless, we don't care about. Ruins Phobe is terrible. Winded is also pretty shitty. So yeah, I think Brienne is going to be going in. Let's have Brienne get a little bit of treatment for her Ruins Phobia. And that's really going to be it. I think we are all ready and done. And me having dropped an absolute truckload of Harry Potter and Hunger Games references, I'm pretty weary as well. So clearly, our pop culture reference matrix found its sort of level and came back online in full effect for that one. If you enjoyed the episode, of course, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon on a regular basis, we post new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so consider subscribing as well. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.